friends. Today we're going to paint this giraffe. You can make him a regular giraffe colors, the yellow and the brown, or you can paint him this fun, whimsical colors, which is what I'm going to show you how to do today. So today you will need a big 2-inch brush, your medium round, and your small round. The colors you will be needing are green, pink, purple, black, red, this teal blue or regular blue that we will turn light, and white. So to get started, we're just going to cover our canvas in white paint. Yes, I know your canvas is white already, but this is going to help our other colors that we're going to add move better. So just do a real quick cover the canvas in white paint. Alright, now that we have our canvas covered in white paint, we're going to add our other background colors. So no need to wipe or wash your brush. You're going to dip it in your light blue, just the very tips. So not a lot, just the very tips. And you're just going to kind of go crisscross all over your canvas. Just the tips, and you're just going crisscross, like making X's any which way all over your canvas. You want to see those crisscross brush strokes. You want to have light and dark blues. You don't want it blended in, and you don't want your canvas completely covered. Once you are finished with that, you're going to dip the same brush, don't wipe it, don't wash it, into your pink. Again, just the tips. Not a lot, just the tips. And we're just going to add pink a little bit on one side. You'll see as you're doing this in the sweeping motion, you might get a little purple. But again, you still want to see the brush strokes. You want to have some lighter pinks and some darker pinks. Once you have the background the way you want it, go ahead and put your big brush in the water. We will no longer be needing this, and we will start on our giraffe when our background dries. Now that our background is dry, with your medium round brush, we're going to draw the outline of our giraffe. So with a little bit of white paint, in your medium round brush, just about the halfway point, you're going to draw a line straight down. This is one side of his neck, and you're going to do another parallel line, not too fat. Giraffes have long, skinny necks. Again, we're just drawing. And we're using our white. Now, if you're going to make your giraffe a traditional giraffe, I would recommend you drawing your giraffe in yellow, but because we are not making our giraffe a traditional giraffe, white is going to be best for us. All right, now we're going to draw his head. So just past, go ahead and kind of mark the center in between the lines with just a dot. And then just past those lines, you're gonna go into where that center dot is. So just your chin line sticks out like a really wide letter V. That is the bottom of your giraffe's chin. And we're gonna do 2 more parallel lines straight up. Don't go too high because you do have to do your giraffe horns, and we still have to make the top part of our giraffe. I think I probably went a little too high. And then you have the top point of his head. I still have room. His horns are going to be short. I think I made his neck too long. So this is basically the outline of your giraffe. Now with that white, we're gonna do one more thing. We're gonna go ahead and do his ears. And I'm gonna bring it down a little bit closer because I'm gonna be working with just the top half of the canvas. So his ears come out of that top corner and they just kind of bump out and then circle back down. You're just drawing. And then on the other side, kind of bump out, curve around, and down. There is the outline of our giraffe. I know it doesn't look like much, but it will look more like a giraffe when we start adding color. All right, now that we have our giraffe drawn, you are going to need to mix up a couple of colors. So you're gonna need several different shades of pink, darker, lighter, maybe a medium pink, and you're gonna need this periwinkle color. So to get this periwinkle color, you're gonna take blue and purple and then a little bit of white to lighten it just slightly. We're gonna start with our dark pink and we're gonna come in here and we're just gonna make some giraffe shapes. So maybe down here, we kind of have a shape that looks something like this. And we're gonna paint it in. And then more towards the middle, maybe this shape's gonna be a little bit smaller. Gonna kind of come up. You wanna leave spaces in between your shapes. You do not want them to touch. And I'm just working right now with the darker pink. And then up here, maybe there's gonna be a space. It kind of stretches. And then over here, I'm going to do and then this underside of the ear is going to be dark pink. So right along that white line, and then a little bit above, about halfway into the ear. It's going to be that dark pink. And you're gonna do dark pink on this side, just a little bit, just right along that white line. Go ahead and wipe your brush. You don't have to rinse it. We're gonna go back and we're gonna make some light pink spaces. So this is your lighter pink. And there's gonna be a light pink space right here. And part of the center of his face is going to be light pink. So you're gonna make this shape follow the V of his chin, and then it kind of comes up, and then it's gonna round underneath his eye when we get there. And so this space, this shape, now again, you can paint this traditional giraffe colors. So you would paint your brown spots, and then you would come in and paint your yellow outline. We're gonna have another little light pink spot right connecting to this ear. And going up. You're gonna have another one smaller right here. We're gonna do a little bit of light pink along this top edge of the ear, and it just blends right in to that dark pink, just kind of connects right into that dark pink. Go ahead and rinse your brush, and we are going to get our light blue. All right. So with our light blue, if you have that teal color, you want it really light, almost the same light blue that you've used for the background. We're gonna put a light blue spot right here. Remember, leave a space in between your spots. You don't want your spots to touch. And the top of this ear is going to be that light blue. It's alright if it kind of gets into your pink and makes a little bit of a purple. We're going to do light blue coming down the right hand side of his head. His ear is going to be light blue, and it makes a spot that kind of fills this space. We have a little bit of light blue line along this white line. And we're gonna add some light blue spots on his neck. However, we're also gonna add some other colors to those spots. So right here, we're gonna put another light blue spot. We're gonna add a little light blue spot here. And another one. I wish you guys could see my kitty cat. He's being quite a pest. We're gonna add another light blue spot in this space. Now, wipe the blue off, and we're gonna add some pink, the light pink, to these spots. Wipe that off, and we're gonna add some light green. So lighten up your green. We want it really a light green. So mix that white in. Light green in some of these spots. Actually, we're gonna do light green kind of in all of them. There's really no rhyme or reason how you do this. So this, ooh, my kitty cat. This giraffe painting will definitely look different than the other one. With that same light green, you're gonna fill in this side of his face. So all the way underneath his chin, it's gonna run right up to that pink, onto the blue on the other side, right over your white line. And we're gonna put a little bit darker green. So just darken that green that you've been playing with, just a little bit. And that dark green line goes at the top, right above pink spot next to his ear. All right, rinse that green off your brush, wipe it in your cloth. We're gonna add some light blue kind of inside this green. We're gonna go ahead and fill in our ears with this really light blue. We're gonna layer lots of colors on top of the center of his ears. You're gonna take that, don't wipe your brush, just go into that periwinkle and add some of that periwinkle on his ears, just the center of his ears. No need to wipe your brush. You're gonna go in with that darker green and add a little bit of green in both ears. Gonna add a little bit of that darker green in his face. Oh, I have blue on there. You don't want blue on his face yet, just that darker green. All right, wipe that off your brush and go into that periwinkle color with the same medium round brush. And we're gonna go in between our spots and all the way down that white line of his neck with this periwinkle color. So you're cutting in between his spots. If your spots are really close together, you can always use your smaller round brush. All right, now that we have our spots cut in around our neck, we're gonna finish filling in our space with this periwinkle blue. So up here, and with this periwinkle, we're gonna go ahead and draw and color in his giraffe horns. So they're just rectangles with circles on the top. All right, we are finished with touch up a few things. All right, we are finished with this periwinkle color, and you're gonna go ahead and rinse your brush. Wipe it. Get some of that light pink on here. We're gonna add some light pink in our ears. And I'm going to kind of touch up some of this light pink. Ooh, I still have blue. No more blue. I'm going to set that brush to the side. I'm going to get my little bitty round brush. I'm going to clean up these ear edges. Just like so. I'm going to wipe that off and go back over this green. I'm going to wipe that green off and get my light blue. I'm using my skinny small brush. I'm just going to clean up my edges where I put those horns on. And I'm also going to go with this skinny brush and my green, and I'm going to add some green lines in some of his neck spots, just around them. And that periwinkle color, if you start picking up too much of that purpley blue color, just wipe your brush and then go back into the green. We didn't add a lot, just a little bit of this green. All right, when this dries, we will do his eyes. We can go ahead and do his mouth. So with your darker pink and your little small brush, you're gonna follow this edge, dark pink, small brush. You're gonna kind of come in a little bit on each side. And then you kind of bump it out. Kind of looks like a frog face when you're done. Do a little arch in between, do another bump out. This is the outline of his snout. Wipe that pink off. Get that periwinkle color on here. And we're gonna do two little ovals right inside those little bump outs. For his nose. There's one. And there's two. All right, when this dries, we will add his eyes. All right, now that our face is dry, we're gonna do his eyes, but first let's add some contrasting color to his horns. So with your dark pink, you're gonna add a little bit of dark pink up here on this side of your horn. Wipe that off. Go to your green. You're gonna add a little bit of that green down here at the bottom. Wipe that off. Kind of got a lot of a pink in here, so I'm gonna kind of go over this. There we go, much better. With the light blue next, you're gonna do some light blue like that, and some light pink. And if it's too much, just take that periwinkle color and go right back over it. Just kind of softens it. All right, once you have some contrasting color added to your horns, let's do his eyes. So his eyes are football shapes, and the end of them stick out just past the bottom of his ear, and they come in just past the nostril. So there's their top line. And here is our bottom line. We're just going to fill that in. Too much paint. And we're going to do the same thing on the other side. So his head's really wide. So he's got a really big eyes. So just past his ear, just past his nostril, an arch that swings down. And there's our football shape. And you're just going to fill it in. Then with this brush, we're going to give our giraffe some eyelashes. So just with the very tip, we're going to give our giraffe some eyelashes right here and right here. Same thing on the other side. So a few up and a few down. With the end of your little brush, just this plastic end, dip it in the white, and we're going to add a little white line there, one kind of right there, and then one right there. Go ahead and wipe the black off. Actually, I should rinse the black off of your brush and go into your dark pink. This is the last step. And we're going to add some spots. So just a few little oval spots just on that dark that's in his face, kind of in between his eyes. And then wipe the pink off. And you're just going to add a little bit of white in each dot. And one more thing, wipe that white off, go into your light blue. And we're going to give him makeup on one eye. Just right above that eye, do a little blue line. Just like so. And we're going to do a little blue line right below the left eye. I'm sorry, the right eye. your whimsical giraffe is finished. You can see that the first one I painted is much skinnier than the second one I painted. The next one I paint will probably be different as well. They're both very similar. Happy painting!